Hello, Steve here. Welcome to Real Health. Who'd have thought? Who'd have thunk? Who'd have realised? Who'd have credentialed towards? Who'd have resorted to? Who'd have researched about? Who'd have stumbled upon? And that's me. I stumbled on this whole Keto 44. That's my clumsy branding for now. Just meant as that's the chassis that we should go on to be fit, healthy, happy, and live longer. Today, you have clicked on the health gap. I would suggest, I mentioned with the live people before, but with the health gap, you do a health gap search on as a concept title type thing that I was looking at. I looked it up and it came up with, the whole gap thing comes up with gender health gap. And Stop that. I'm not even going there. So I have identified that in wealth terms or money terms, I am a billionaire in health. If only it manifested in the financial side. But do you know apparently it's more difficult to sustain a six-pack versus sustaining being a millionaire. If real estate prices continue to grow, well, just being a homeowner in Sydney, California, or whatever, it's easy to have that six-pack equivalent to always be a millionaire. But to earn $1 million out of earnings in cash, it's easier than having a six-pack. I've got that going. I'm not sure if you can see it on video, and I'm not going to go embarrassing myself and all that sort of thing. Don't worry, it's there. You could tell by my body shape, I think. Because it's hard when you do it the conventional way. Diet restriction and extreme exercise. Yes, you can get a six-pack, but it's just like many millionaires. It's pretty hard to keep that money. It's pretty hard to keep that six-pack. So that's the health gap. I am one of the 3,000 billionaires on the planet in regard to health. A cheeky way to give myself some status. Maybe by saving the world in their health, I could become a billionaire, or at least get a few grand. Goodness sake. So, if any of this resonates with people out there, look up the website. If you're become the only client, hey, I'll get you to even have the Keto 44 as your own, and I'll write a book about it and present it as you, and I'll watch you like a hawk. And if you're in another country and we do it by Zoom, how do I know? How do I know that you're doing it right? Well, because you're going to have some skin in the game, and you better be trying to understand what you're doing, because if you don't understand, you won't get fit and healthy. So the new gap in town is the health gap. And the people that succeed like myself, which are on the most efficacious, the most effective regimen idea out there, it's easy as the whole Keto 44. And just quickly, I need to mention it each and every episode. Keto, aim for 80% keto calories to ensure you have enough protein and saturated fats to then get cholesterol, important for fertility, hormone health, and mental health. And then eliminate the 4 classes of food. The first four of the 44, eliminating 4 categories of food: gluten, oils, sugars, nitrates, nitrites. And then introduce 4 micronutrient categories: 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, 2 essential fatty acids, and then You'll at least look fit as me, and you'll be healthy, and you'll live longer. I will disclose I have enough humility, epistemic humility, to suggest to you, if I run into anything in my sometimes guinea pig tries of what I do, I will own up to it. I've disclosed many a time what I do. Like I've even disclosed getting a tooth pulled, but that was a tooth that's given me 31 years of history. A back molar, gone. I even got braces half a decade ago, and upper 6, lower 6 teeth, and I think I still have retainers on. Is it the lower? Don't even know. And I haven't brushed my teeth for 13 or 14 months now. Ooh, yes, I continue to be using myself as a guinea pig. Going on the Keto 44, part of the guinea pig process was increasing protein, because my internal reasoning jury was out on the protein. But yes, protein, I declare protein important. So increase your protein intake if you can't, if it's getting up in the calorie intake part of the protein intake with the keto, get the powders. Yes, it's not natural. Get the powders, for goodness sake. Just do it. Just do it. I have 2 meals a day with 2 coffees. Some people would count that as a meal. Yeah. Plus an added 40 to 50, no, 70 or 80 grams of protein. No, more like 60. I just have to look at it because, hey, I'm not preparing it these days. My partner is, so, yeah. Housemate / partner, partner maybe, yeah. So, the health gap, it is. If many of us define a health gap in life expectancy, we haven't made many inroads. Some have reached becoming a centenarian through luck. Many of them, when they are interviewed, say outlandish things. Many will just say they were spiritual and had supports and engaged in the community. Yes, fine. That's not the driver. Knowing or unknowing, they were gaining more access or absorbing more of the micronutrients. The more micronutrients you absorb, the essential micronutrients, the greater propensity to live longer and have a healthier life. And as a result, even looking good. So, if you want to be a billionaire in health, being in the 1%, 1% in health, you do realize that when we say 1% of health in the world, that the top 1% are earning only $30,000 US per year, the top 1% of the world. So when we mention 1% suggesting billionaires, like billionaires are 0.003, if there's 3,000 billionaires in the world, 0.0003 of the world. Yeah, something like that. There's a few O's in there. And there's, say, 50 million millionaires in the world. Let's be a millionaire in health. If you're not a millionaire in finance, I'd like to be a millionaire in finance. I was there at one point, but Do you think it's going to stick? No, it didn't stick. A few stupid things that I did. So the new health gap in town is the Keto 44. Because if you're not doing it, you've got a lower propensity to do well over time in your health. I mentioned with health, a lot of the time is vanity driven. That's because most of the health content consumption online and in publications and whatnot is vanity driven. We want to look great into health. When health means actual health, managing ill health or mitigating ill health or mitigating disease, that's where my main shtick probably should be. But I think I need to include both sticks in mitigating ill health or disease and looking good, because they go hand in hand. If you're struggling with a illness or disease, Keto 44 as well. We are accustomed to taking a pill for particular ailments, chronic disease, ill health. It doesn't work that way with the Keto 44. Yes, it started kicking in for me after the first few days. It takes months of observable look, and then depending on how bad you were with your health, in a year you'll be right. If you're 70 plus, it may take a little bit longer because you've had, let's face it, 7 decades of eating gluten, 70 years of villi damaging your small intestine. That's part of the whole Keto 44, to eliminate gluten, to repair your intestinal tract and the villi in your small intestine that does most of our micronutrient absorption. Once you start absorbing the micronutrients that we require, you'll be looking good. And as a result of looking good, your health will be out of this world, just like my health. How about that? How about it? So if any of this resonates, Concierge Health Advisor on the show notes. No real takers. There's a few people with their toe in the water. Even the whole idea of taste. The supplements that I suggest. Oh, what's it taste like? Oh, gee. Look, if what I took tasted horrible, like actual excrements, like shit, eating shit, I would take it if it meant halving my body weight and looking the way I am right now, feeling the way I am, and getting rid of half a dozen chronic diseases. I would eat shit. You have to. But it's easy. The supplements that I take are tasting nice. There is nicer out there, but they are tasting, it's palatable. You need to have it palatable for most of the crowd to have some sort of retention, right? And it is very, very, very easy. And yes, I'm afraid you'll have to be antisocial, not drink beer and cake, eat cake at a party. Just say, fuck yous all. If you want to be fit, healthy, and live decades longer, look me up in 50 years. Let's do this. Let's have a bet. Let's make a bet if you live that long. How did that look? How did that sound? Yeah. That's how committed, and committed is not the best word that I wanted. That's how convinced I am in what I'm trying to advocate for here. Because if you can do variations of what I'm suggesting. that the two elephants in the room is ceasing the glutens and getting the 90 essential micronutrients. That's the elephant. Then you can get the tiger in the room by cutting your oils, sugars, nitrates, and increasing your protein and saturated fat intake, and that's the tiger and the fox. You can add the mouse as well with some herbs here and there, and making sure you have enough ORAC points in your antioxidants and your prebiotic and all your microbiome type ideas. That's probably the mouse. And then you'll definitely be the 0.0003% of the world's health gap. Like me, I'm 50. I may look 50, I had a late start, but if I started at sub 40 or even 30, I'd be looking much better than I am now. I was not a pretty sight when I first started. I've been a prettier sight, but that took a lot of work. And the prettiness that I have now, I reckon I'm in the 1% of 50-year-olds. I wouldn't have got there without doing the Keto 44. Easy as. And what I'm trying to do now on my podcast recording phone is just to quickly show you what I looked like before I started this whole game, this Keto 44. I used to call it the 44, the twist of dairy and egg. Where's one of the pics? I got one sitting there. How about that? I've shown this before to the live people and to the YouTube recording. To many, that actually doesn't look too bad. That's pushing 170 kilos right there. And I may have, and this is pretty much just before I started. For the recorded people, for the live people. And I did this as a comparison. I'm looking much fitter than this other image. Go away, emails. Than this other image. That was on my way to what I'm looking like now. That's when I'm probably 95 kilos. I went down to 80 for about 2.2 seconds, but now I'm sitting on perhaps 88 to 89. And yeah, with that sort of body shape, like I'm much more toned now as well. See, so yes, I'm a billionaire in health and fitness looking. I don't really engage too much. 25 minutes in the gym now. It's not much. It's not much at all. It's goddamn easy. So, sorry podcast people, I'm probably disrupting the mic. Apologies for that. And I may have a photo where I was on my, like where I lost probably 50 pounds, 20 kilos or so, where I still thought, oh, I'm doing very well here. No, they're not really body shots. I can't show you that one because I'm in my undies in one of them. I was looking okay. I'll cut out my modest partner of the time, but when I was proud of myself when I lost about 50 pounds on my way to losing 100 pounds. So that was that one, as you can see. Oh, sorry, I'm doing this when there's podcast people. On on the record too. Apologies for that, but try and check out the videos podcast, people, hey? So, yeah, no more, that's it. No more slideshows. Gender health gap. Surely the guys aren't doing too well if you take longevity metrics into account. Men living 5 years younger and all that sort of thing. And I've referenced before the reason why women live 5 or 7 years longer, according to insurance data, life insurance data, is that women are vanity driven. They eat more vegetables, and vegetables have, as a default, more minerals in them. That's where it's at. And men, more beer, more pastry like bread and junk that they eat, and that's why they live younger. Yes, they die in accidents much more often and whatnot, but it doesn't account for 7 years. It probably accounts for 2 years of total life. So while I feel like I'm behind, I might wrap it up. The health gap will get wider, and I may become the first trillionaire in health. I'll be the first substantiated, perhaps. I mentioned the other day to a mate, if my children do what I do, they'll be the first bicentennial man and woman say, and I'll be the first quarter millennium man, 250-year-old. How about that? There's apparently been a 252-year-old recorded in China. People don't trust that, but who knows? Who knows for sure? And the Hunzers, they get 160-plus-year-olds often, and they usually BS that by suggesting that grandchildren have taken on grandparent identities and the like. Who knows? But you may be looking at the first equivalent trillionaire in health right in front of you. If you want to become at least a millionaire and a billionaire in health, do the Keto 44. If any of this resonates, concierge health advisor service on the show notes. You can wade through the quagmire. The basics are there. Keto 44. I reference it each and every episode. If you get stumbled upon or something, you have to smash through it, because it's not the Keto 44. 99% sure. I'm not one to understand issues if I don't understand history of an individual or not. But I can't say 100%. I'll say 99.9% certain that it won't be Keto 44, which gives you those troubles. I've had people that started the Keto 44 and they said, I stopped it because of this. And I said, no. I had issues and it's gone because your body has to adjust. So let's become the first billionaires and trillionaires in health, living to 110 plus as a start and beyond. And give it a try. Yes, this whole podcast series appears to be like a bit of a plug, but also let's evaluate really what's going on. It's not looking pretty if we have to restrict more and move more. What a life. And then you still die at age 75, living younger, living less than the person that's eating Cheetos, smoking and watching Netflix on the couch. I've been privy to life insurance data. It's not pretty for the doctors, billionaires and ex-athletes and vegans. I'll end it there. That felt nice, that last bit. Until the next time, hopefully. Bye-bye for now.